Here's Mr. Push Forward. Here again with another one. Adjust this a little bit. Back another one though. Let's address the funny. Let's address the funny. Now, of course, in that title, there's a little bar there. Let's address the funny. We're gonna talk about these comedians wearing dresses. And why it's not a big fucking deal. Why it's not a big deal that they're wearing these dresses. Because I personally don't give a fuck that they wear dresses. I really don't. But I can see how people are making this a big deal to as if this is what they have to do in order to get to the next level, in order to sell their soul or whatever. No. I got my conspiracy theories. I can honestly say wearing a dress ain't one of them. For some people, I'm gonna break it down. Some people in the industry do certain things in Hollywood to get where they gotta go. And it's way past wearing a dress. It's way deeper than wearing the fucking dress. On top of that, I've watched, and I'm a big comedy fan, so I've watched comedians for years. Even though way back, I'm mad I cannot remember his name. But the original Nutty Professor, and I'm mad because I can't remember his name. It's gonna come to me. But the original Nutty Professor, we can go all the way back then. And he even wore a dress. White guy. But he did it for the fun. Martin has made me laugh. He probably one of my, I know he top 5. He one of my top 5. I was gonna go stretch top 3. But I'll say top 5. Martin most definitely might be my top 5 if I really think about it. But I done laughed at Shanae. I done laughed at Mama Payne. I done laughed at Big Mama's House. Because these are great characters that he played. Yes, he played them as a woman. And he wore a dress. But he did that to imitate characters that we already know. We already know people like Shanae. We already knew about people like Big Mama, and he did that because that was a part of his job, because he was undercover. But it was also for the comedy, to see this big lady, and it's really Martin in the big lady suit. Like, that's funny. There's a comical gesture in there. It's for the laugh. He didn't put on a dress, or they didn't put on a dress to be down with some type of deal or situation in Hollywood. They didn't. They did it to be fucking funny. Miss Doubtfire, he did that shit to be funny. It doesn't have nothing to do with conspiracy theories about they had to do that to enter these doors or to go through this. Because there's other deep things that some of them do to get through them doors. Like, you gotta think, what God bless you with, you don't gotta ask for. And I've said that in one of my videos. If I forget how I worded it, but pretty much, if you got it, and if you're blessed with it, you don't have to ask the devil for it. So, if I'm blessed with this talent and really nothing can stop me from being successful and stop my hard work, then I don't need to do a sacrifice, a ritual, any of these conspiracy things to reach where I wanted to reach. Now, if I wasn't blessed with these things and I wanted to pretty much force it and it to be handed to me, then yeah, they most likely went through those things to reach that next level that they didn't think that their talent or what they was blessed with could get them to. See, if you blessed with it, it's going to happen. It ain't nothing about how. It's about when. Because it's going to happen. You just looking at your clock and trying to see when. But when it's not meant for you and you're not blessed with that talent and it's not really in the cards for you to have, you start getting cards from under the table. You start doing certain things to sneak by because you know that person that's blessed ain't going to do those things because they're destined to be there in the spot that you want to be in. But you want to take that chance, so you do certain things to get to that level. You sell your soul, but you really can't sell because it's not yours to sell, but you sell your soul to get to those levels. And it doesn't have anything to do with a dress. The dress is pure comedy. That's all it is. Because if you really know about rituals and conspiracy theories and how they handle things, you'll know it's way deeper than a dress. There's way more you have to do than a dress. Dress you can add. Dress is probably one of the lowest levels. Because how many comedians have you saw put on a dress? How many actors have put on a dress? How many actors have played gay in roles? Now, if you ain't comfortable doing it, that's different. And it's also different if you ain't comfortable doing it, but in order to get to the next level, you gotta do it, so you do it anyway. That's when you sold. That's when you did this for that. But just because you wore a dress in any movie for laughs doesn't got nothing to do with you selling your soul or selling out to get to where you at. And like I said, it is a difference. So I'm not going to say it ain't got nothing to do with it. Because like I just stated, I'll be kind of contradicting myself. Like I just stated, some will actually do it to get there. But it's the smallest form. And like I said, I doubt that that's an entryway. That's probably to get on the welcome mat. Throw the dress on. Oh, you threw the dress on. We got more for you. That's when they know you got it. They got you. But if you putting the dress on to be funny already, then you're not doing nothing out of the realm of what you would do. It's when you do it and didn't want to do it, but you did it to get to that next level. And then you're ashamed of it 20 years later after all the drugs and all that shit done wore off. And now you're crying about it. So I need people to stop coming at comedians for wearing dresses. The comedians that do wear dresses, because there's a lot of comedians that don't put on dresses, that don't want to put on dresses, that don't think that either that's funny or that's a route that they really feel comfortable with going to get a laugh. And that's perfectly fine because they don't have to do that. They're still funny. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't see nobody on 85 South putting on a dress to be funny. Because to me, them niggas is already funny. I can't see DC on Fire, Carlos, and Chico Bean in the motherfucking dress. Them niggas is already funny. So what are they putting the dress for? Now, if they were to put on there and one scene for a certain situation, they can make it funny as shit. I know that for shit sure. They can make it funny as hell. But would they give up their integrity and all that just to do it to get to another level that pretty much they already at? I doubt it. Now, if they do, then you might can say, alright, now what these niggas doing to get to the next level? Because they're already successful. If you get what I'm saying, they're already successful. So what next level are you trying to reach? These for the people that's trying to make it and aren't blessed with the things and the skills to make it to that point. So now they have to do this, that, and the third to make it to that point. That's it. That's all. But I'm here to say, most comedians put that dress on for the funny. Not to get to the next level. Not the ritual to get to the next level. Because there's more embarrassing shit out there that can hurt and damage a person's career than that. Than just the dress. I've never heard somebody get canceled because they was wearing a dress, so their downfall came after they wore a dress. Oh man, he did Big Mama's house, man. He ain't gonna never be able to do nothing else after that. Oh man, they did White Chicks, man. They ain't never gonna be able to be comedy again. Just sound dumb. These are motherfuckers that can actually sit hours, get makeup and all that shit done, play the character, and it actually be fucking funny. So appreciate the funny. And let's stop trying to address the fact that they wear dresses. One more thing y'all need to do. Just like this shit if you like it. Comment on this shit if you got something to say. Subscribe if you want to see more. It's Mr. Push Forward. Oh, just tell me what y'all think. Like I said, comment if you got something to say. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all think I'm right about this? Y'all think I'm wrong about this? I really want to know. Tell me the people that y'all know that wore dresses that brought them to the next level. That's what I want. Tell me the people that after they wore a dress in that movie, they exploded. Like their career just went off. Not before they wasn't where they was at before the dress. It was after the dress. Oh my goodness, their career took off. I want to know that. Put that in the comments. Put that in the comments. I want to know who wore the dress and got a hit. I want to know. You got Flip Wilson. You know what? I ain't even want to put them in the comments. I'm out. Push forward.